Hey everyone, my name is Wedge. We're all still reeling from the news that Eternal Masters is actually going to be a thing. It's exciting stuff. Of course, this does mean that now we have to think about what's going to be in the set and, more importantly, what should be in the set. Much like I did with Modern Masters 2015, I'm going to count down for you the best cards to reprint in the set. A few things you should know before this begins. First, I'll only be using data to make these decisions, not my personal feelings. I look at top tournament results and just straight up how much each card is played and where its price point is. Second, Eternal Masters was designed for Vintage and Legacy, but it was also designed for Commander and Cube. Those are both important formats or they wouldn't have mentioned them. Lastly, and I cannot stress this enough, the set does not include reserve list cards. If a card is on the reserve list, it can't be in the set, so I swear, if like 500 of you spam for Gaia's Credo, we're gonna have a problem. Alright, let's get started with our first top 10 list, best rares to reprint. I have some honorable mentions, but they're more like these are cards that you probably want on the list but don't deserve to be on the list. Yeah, gonna make some people unhappy. We'll begin with both Show and Tell and Sneak Attack. Yes, I know these two cards are relatively iconic in Legacy, and there are definitely reasons to reprint them, mainly the price of each, but it doesn't mean they are the best cards to reprint. They're both almost exclusively used in their namesake deck Sneak and Show, nowhere else. Sure, there are some rogue builds that run Show and Tell, but nothing substantial enough to warrant it being a true staple of the format. Don't get me wrong, I'd love a Show and Tell or a Sneak Attack reprint, they just don't deserve it above the top 10 list we've made, you'll see. Two other honorable mentions, Imperial Recruiter and Imperial Seal. The Recruiter is $350, but that's solely because of rarity, not demand. Portal cards are skewed this way real bad. It's only really played in Imperial Painter. A cool deck, don't get me wrong, but Legacy wouldn't be saved by an Imperial Recruiter reprint. The same could be said for Imperial Seal. This monster is upwards of $800. It's banned in Legacy, restricted in Vintage. Again, Portal cards are really skewed based on rarity. While there is demand for these two, it isn't enough to warrant the price tags alone. There is short supply. Do I want a reprint for them? Heck yes, I do. Do I think it's what Legacy and Vintage need the most? No. You have to admit, the formats don't need these two reprints to be healthy. Cool cards, but not necessary for the format's survival. I'm sure plenty of you are already upset, but remember, those were cards that just didn't fit into enough strategies to be on this list. We're talking format-wide staples here. The biggest impact. Let's begin with number 10, Mana Crypt. One of the most popular cards in Vintage, Mana Crypt boasts a $150 price tag and has never even been printed in a real set. Only has a book promo and a DCI promo. Eternal Masters is the perfect place for a card like this. It's in Oath of Druids decks, Ravager shops, Dredge, Painter strategies. The list goes on and on. If you want a staple in Vintage, Mana Crypt is a staple in Vintage. Not to mention it's crazy popular in both Commander and Cube. The set is all about those formats as well. Mana Crypt is an all-around slam dunk. Coming in at number 9 is Sylvan Library. Some of you have probably never seen this card, but you're looking at probably the strongest green draw engine in the game. Sylvan Library has been printed in Legends, 4th edition, 5th edition, and in the Commander's Arsenal, and is still over $20 for the white-bordered printings. Much like Mana Crypt, the Library is a key card in various Vintage strategies. Unlike the Crypt, though, the Library isn't banned in Legacy, which obviously means it's a huge staple there. Shardless Bug, Infect, Delver strategies, Loam decks, Elves. Any deck that runs green has to at least consider Sylvan Library. Also, it helps that it's one of the most played green cards in Commander ever, so there's that. Number 8, I swear I'm going to become a broken record, but Cavern of Souls deserves this spot, gosh darn it. It's over $50, which is ridiculous, and it's played in Legacy Miracles and Elves. In addition, it wouldn't hurt to help out Modern a tiny bit. While the Cavern isn't played much in Vintage, it is the most popular tribal piece in any Commander strategy. The set is about Commander too, and what better place to print this beast than Eternal Masters? You think they're going to print this draftable set without at least one tribe? Come on. Cavern of Souls needs the help, and it makes complete sense to put it in here. Number 7, one of the first cards players asked for when the set was announced. Liliana of the Veil is now over $100. This is getting ridiculous for a card that wasn't printed all that long ago. While her playability is limited in older formats, she does see play. Legacy decks like Bug and Loam love her, Vintage strategies, mainly Fish, play her a lot, and let's be real, you find me one Commander or Q player who doesn't want a cheaper Liliana of the Veil. You won't find it. They don't want to print Liliana in standard? Fine, don't do it. Print her in this. Makes perfect sense. She's a multi-format staple. Please. I won't lie, for number 6 I totally cheated, but I didn't want this entire list to be taken up by lands. Cavern of Souls deserved its own number because it doesn't need a reprint as badly as these 4 land cards, but all these, I couldn't decide which ones were more important, so I took the easy way out and lumped them all together. Number 6 is Rishadan Port, Grove of the Burn Willows, Caracas, and Dark Depths. Every single one of these cards is popular in multiple formats. All of them are at least $50, most of them closer to $100, and they're all just crazy hard to find. High demand, low supply. Really nasty situation we have going on here. With the reveal of Wasteland, Wizards is at least open to reprinting necessary land staples. These are 4 cards that have to have reprints. If they aren't announced, can you imagine how much they'll spike? Rishadan Port is in a ton of legacy stuff. Grove of the Burn Willows is a staple in Modern and Legacy. Tron, Eldrazi, Loam strategies, the infamous land decks, anything with Punishing Fire, it's all over the place. Caracas, hugely popular land in both Vintage and Legacy. Sees play in both Legacy Miracles and Vintage Ravager shops, 2 of the most popular decks in their respective formats, no brainer there. And Dark Depths, Dredge staple, land staple, has its own namesake deck in multiple formats, players 11 in Cube and Commander, again, no brainer to me. I may have taken the easy way out, but seriously, all of these cards need to be reprinted. It only made sense to group them together. That's going to do it for the first half of our list. Tune in tomorrow morning for part 2 where we count down numbers 5 through 1. Can you guess the top 5 cards that need to be reprinted in Eternal Masters? Leave your guesses below and we'll see who is the closest to being right. It's going to be fun. Also, make sure to let me know which cards you're most excited to see reprinted in the set. I know there are a crapload that I'm pumped for, hopefully Morphling. Love that little guy. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Magic the Gathering information you could ever need. This is the Mana Source. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. This video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Right now, you can get Eternal Staple Maze of Ith for only $24 on TCG Player. Seriously, that's a great deal. Want a foil version instead? We can do that. From the Vault Realms Maze of Ith is $23. With Eternal Masters coming, you can bet the popularity of this card will go up. Get your copies now by clicking on the cards in the video. It also supports the channel. Win-win.